Well, greetings and welcome to our final series this week in our weekly devotionals. Friday, we're wrapping up Psalm 89, our reflection and devotions and prayers directed around Psalm 89. And it is a very sobering psalm. It is, as one Bible commentator suggests, about the shattering of the world for the people of Israel. And so there are definitely some sobering realities that the psalmist deals with and some challenges. And, one of the things that I think is prevalent in our world today is that we live in a world of instant gratification. We can get anything we want at the snap of a finger. In this time of pandemic, when many small businesses are struggling, Amazon is thriving because, folks are stuck at home and they can still order on Amazon and get it, within a few days. And that's the world we live in nowadays. We go on QVC or online and boy, by the next day we can pretty much have everything we want. And sometimes we live with that mentality in all of our lives that we think whatever we want, we should be able to get instantly. And we forget, as people of faith, some pretty important virtues about patience and humility. And one of the lessons of Psalm 89 that the psalmist comes to at the end of it all is that when it comes to some of the serious challenges and difficulties, tragedies in life, there are no easy answers. When it comes to feeling God's absence in our lives and pleading and crying out for God in the midst of it all, there are no easy answers. And I wanted to share with you a little passage from one of my favorite books, which is When Bad Things Happen to Good People, written by the Rabbi Harold Kushner. And I think he sort of, at the end of this book, comes to many of the same conclusions, that as much as we would like to have wrapped up in a nice bow, a gift-wrapped, easy answer for all the bad things that happen to us, that is simply not the case. That it requires patience and humility and an abiding faith in God, even when we feel that God has not shown up. And I just want to close my devotional today with these questions posed by the Rabbi Harold Kushner in the face of life's tragedies. He asks, are you capable of forgiving and loving the people around you, even if they have hurt you and let you down by not being perfect? Can you forgive them and love them because there aren't any perfect people around, and because the penalty for not being able to love imperfect people is condemning yourself to loneliness? Are you capable of forgiving and loving God, even when you have found out that God is not perfect? Even when God has let you down and disappointed you by permitting bad luck and sickness and cruelty in this world, and permitting some of those things to happen to you? Can you learn to love and forgive God despite God's limitations, as Job does in the book of Job? And as you once learned to forgive and love your parents, even though they were not as wise, as strong, or as perfect as you needed them to be. And if you can do these things, will you be able to recognize that the ability to forgive and the ability to love are the weapons that God has given us to enable us to live fully, bravely, and meaningfully in this less than perfect world? Amen.